There are such things as parasites of the earth, communists, who frequently say, I will act violently on peaceful people to acquire things such as housing, energy, food, clothing, universal health care, unemployment insurance, retirement insurance, limited health care for seniors and the poor, and limited housing for the poor, a safety net, education, fire protection, roads, police, courts, military. Socialists are slightly less extreme, as they always say, I will act violently on peaceful people to acquire universal health care, unemployment insurance, retirement insurance, limited health care for seniors and the poor, limited housing for poor, a safety net, education, fire protection, roads, police, courts, and military. Now, conservatives, they are a little bit less authoritarian than communists and socialists. They don't believe these expensive, extremely expensive, ineffective systems being violently pushed on people should exist. Those systems, of course, being, the so-called free housing, energy, food, clothing, and universal health care, which never works as they claim, and is super expensive again, and just exists solely for the purpose of increasing the government's power to take your rights away. But they do believe that we should act violently on peaceful people to acquire unemployment insurance, retirement insurance, limited health care, limited housing, education, fire protection, roads, police, courts, and military. If you haven't guessed by now, having government pay for everything sucks, because that just gives them more power, and the more power they have, the more they can take from you. And they never spend the money right. The things that they promise, they never give. And for example, like the housing, energy, food, clothing, universal health care, universal insurance, retirement insurance, limited health care, limited housing, education, they all suck, or they don't work at all. And fucking forcing violence to acquire these things, that sucks too. And now we're $40 trillion in debt, and government has gotten so powerful, it created a Federal Reserve where it prints trillions of dollars every year. It's printed $16 trillion since 2021, which was just a couple years ago. And that causes inflation. That's why gas is so high. That's why food is so expensive. That's why every fucking month rent goes up. A lot. A shit ton. By hundreds. If you don't get it by now, the Federal Reserve is a Ponzi scheme that prints money out of thin air and loans it to us with interest. I don't think I'm telling a secret when I say the rarer something is, the less of it to go around, the more it's usually worth. For example, like if there's something that's so rare there's only one in existence and people really, really, really want it, then it's going to be worth a hell of a lot more than if everybody had one and it was simply all over the place. Let's just say for a second I had a cloning machine and there was this rare mineral that was worth, I don't know, $1 billion, right? It's worth $1 billion because it's rare and there's only one of them. Let's say I had a cloning machine and I cloned 1 trillion of them. Do you still think it's going to be worth $1 billion each one of them? No, of course not. Because everybody has one. You get it in every fucking street corner. So how would it be worth that much? Everybody's trying to get rid of one. So guess what? They go for cheap. Very cheap. That's the same thing that they're doing to the dollar. They're basically cloning the dollar until it's worthless. That's why your dollar has lost 98% of its value. Because government has gotten too big. The more services it provides, the more rights it will steal from you, the more money it will take, and the more you will lose out of the value of your dollar. And guess who knows this? Minarchists. Libertarians, they know this. That's why they want to get rid of most of those false promises and get rid of the freaking tyrants and the bloodsuckers and the parasites. The fucking leeches. So, what they just want is fire protection, roads, police, courts, and military. That is it. But you know what? There's another sector out there called voluntarism. And they think that getting rid of 90% of the government is only getting 90% of the cancer in society. So there are anarchists or voluntarists out there who would like to get rid of 100% of the cancer. Because that's what you do when you run into cancer. If you just cut out 90%, the last 10% will grow and grow and grow until we're back to 100% capacity of cancer. Please never forget when the United States of America started, when it was truly prosperous. We only had 10% of the government we had today. But now, it grew to 100% capacity of cancer, like you see it today. Let's be real for a second, it's turned into clown world. But that's what happens over time. Government just grows and grows and grows. So you got to get rid of all that cancer so it never comes back. Even if you just leave 2% of that cancer or even 1% of that cancer left, then guess what happens? It'll come back. You got to get rid of 100%. Not 2%, not 3%, not 1%, 100%. Everything should be voluntary, okay? Like capitalism. Capitalism is 100% voluntary. Like, fucking McDonald's doesn't, like, take away your rights or tax you or create inflation or any of that bullshit. Nope. They just want to sell you a tasty fucking burger. And you can buy it or you don't have to. That's all there should be. Just services that are offered and you can take them or leave them. And if people are polluting, just don't pay for their services and they'll go out of business. Vote with your fucking dollar. It's not that fucking hard. And if you don't like McDonald's, for example, just eat an In-N-Out burger. And if a lot of society does the same, then you're going to see a lot more In-N-Out. It's a perfect system, really. Do you want to know what anarchists and voluntarists believe? I'll tell you. They believe something crazy. Only something a crazy anarchist who believes in chaos would believe. Please tell me this sounds like chaos to you. Because this is what anarchists believe. And the left and the right both say this is chaos. So you tell me if this sounds like chaos when I say it. I am not willing to use violence against peaceful people. I will seek to acquire desired services through voluntary relationships. That's all anarchists believe. Does that sound crazy to you? It doesn't sound very crazy to me. Was this video helpful? Please tell me what political party that you found out you're subscribed to. And let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and discuss what you think is the best fucking political party in the comments section. Fight with each other. This should be fun.